Extreme temperatures, very little rain, and intense light. Plants in the Negev desert are subject to serious environmental stress. How they cope with it is one of the main topics of research here at Israel's Blaustein Institute in Sde Boker. The researchers are also investigating how desert plants can be used in agriculture because they're able to cope with the harsh environmental conditions. In this experiment, the plants get to enjoy a ride on a carousel. Each container can simulate a different environmental condition. Naftali Lazarovich is an expert on irrigation. He and his colleagues developed this setup. Right now, he's using it to study bell pepper plants.
We want to understand the process of water flow from the soil into the plant under certain conditions. After we understand the process, we can optimize it and, for instance, adjust the irrigation frequency.
Here at the Blaustein Institute, the focus is on basic research. But Lazarovich knows that it isn't easy to communicate the results of his work to farmers. That's why he sometimes makes the hour-and-a-half drive to the Arava Research and Development Center near the Dead Sea. From grapes to peppers to millet, the researchers here are investigating whether plants behave the same way in real-life conditions as they do in the laboratory. The goal is to produce research that will directly benefit farmers. Today, he wants to see how the date trees are faring. But the research here doesn't only focus on dates, grapes, and millet. They're also looking at fish. PhD student Tom Grunwald explains that fish gain biomass quite rapidly, and their excrement can be used as plant fertilizer. Any water that's available can be used and recycled. Now it's being cleaned in these barrels. It will then flow next door to the greenhouse, where it's used to water the lettuce.
There's a pipe running through there that gives oxygen to the plant roots, and the plants grow in the water, take up the nitrate, and then the water, without the nitrate and other nutrients that the plant of course takes up, flows back to the fish so they get the clean water back again.
Rice is normally cultivated in areas that have plenty of water, but here the researchers are testing a drip irrigation system.
I'm not saying that we will grow rice in Israel in the future, but here in this area we have many volunteers that coming from other nations and they work here, and part of them are from East Asia, and they study drip irrigation, and they will study with this crop, with the rice that they are familiar with.
When these students return home, they'll bring what they learned with them. Rice can be grown using much less water, and also dramatically cutting nitrogen emissions that damage the environment.
You have slope, you cannot go